Hi guys, so it's Leela Mullen from Be Inspired Horsemanship, and today on Training Tip Tuesday, I want to talk about observing your horse and really being clear about making some observations about your horses when you first go to get them for the day. So Sunday's kind of keeping me company for our intro here, but with your horses, a lot of times, especially in the winter, you know, we're busy, we have limited time at the barn, we have limited time to be, you know, getting our goals accomplished or our training time in. And sometimes what I've noticed that leads to is a little bit less observation or regard for kind of the horse's frame of mind or observation of where the horse is mentally when you start your training for the day. So, you know, Ray Hunt, Tom Durrance, those guys talked a lot about observing horses and herd behavior and observing how horses were mentally, you know, as well as talking about, you know, if horses aren't mentally in the right frame of mind, they really can't learn. So having these new thoroughbreds, at times that's kind of come back around. So this guy in particular, when he first came, he was really hard to kind of get mentally in the right frame of mind. He definitely did not know how to relax and just be at peace and still and happy in that space. So that's kind of some of the first things we taught him, and he has definitely been improving the last week or so with his kind of contentment and relaxation and peace when you ask for him to work with you, or there are moments that present themselves that have some pressure to them. He's definitely coming along. He's still, for me, a little too, when he's happy like this, he's still a little too in your personal space. So we're continuing to work on that a little bit. And on the flip side, this week, poor Calvin, I'm going to share a clip and commentate just some observations that I took earlier today on his behavior, just loose in here, and some things I was looking for to kind of hook him on and keep him relaxed and quiet. Because poor Calvin, it was 50 degrees on Sunday. He's a Florida bred horse. He doesn't have much of a winter coat, and he definitely isn't, you know, as acclimated to things. So it was 50 degrees on Sunday, and then immediately afterward it dropped like 30-40 degrees. And when it dropped 30 or 40 degrees overnight, he had a little bit of a moment on Monday where he just was overloaded with energy. He got a little bit hot coming in from turnout, you know, and it's slick and uncomfortable outside as well. So it's either slick or it's super mushy or it's super hard ground out here in Iowa right now. So it's not like they can exude some energy, move around, kind of release some of that. They definitely don't have the ability to do that right now very easily, except in here in the indoor arena. So I turned him loose in here, and he definitely had a hotter moment than he's had kind of since he's been here, which was totally fine. He was in here alone. We weren't applying pressure for that energy. We weren't chasing him. We weren't, you know, round penning him. We weren't pushing him out. We weren't doing any of that. We just let him kind of go in here and just kind of self-soothe through some energy needs. So, you know, after that, the rest of this week, I've really been conscious of where is his mental state, and how can we get him more relaxed and comfortable, because immediately when he gets like that, what he tends to do is get very turned off with people. So he tends to kind of shut down. He tends to go into avoidance mode when you're working with him. Like, he'll stand there, he'll tolerate things until he can't anymore, pressure wise, but he just isn't with you and in a learning frame of mind. So that's kind of what brought this topic up for our Training Tip Tuesday, is just having an awareness of maybe taking the time, maybe 5 minutes, maybe just walking from getting your horse to bringing them in the halter, to do a little groundwork or make a couple of observations about where your horses are for the day and what you can do to help kind of move their feet, get them hooked on, get them relaxed, or get them active if they're really dull or lethargic, kind of get some life in their feet, get them moving so that you guys can have a more productive training session. Because once they're in a learning frame of mind, you're going to be able to get so much more done so much quicker than kind of spending all your time not addressing that and then not really getting anything accomplished for your ride for the evening. So enjoy the couple of commentated clips of Calvin and Sunday and some observations we've made. And I'm Leland Mullen from Be Inspired Horsemanship. Tune in next week for our next Training Tip Tuesday segment. Thanks, guys, and have a great week.
So what you're going to see in this first video is me working with one of our off-the-track thoroughbreds, Calvin. So with Calvin, he really tends to, when he feels stressed or overwhelmed, just kind of shut down. He's a little bit of an introverted horse. So when he is struggling, I really try to just be very consistent, very patient, and just get him to kind of acknowledge my presence in a positive way. So if I can do that and kind of just provide a calm, stable place for him where he feels like he can approach me rather than me approaching him and kind of forcing my intent on him for the day, it tends to kind of change our conversation and our observation and what we have going on for the day. You'll see that when he gets kind of overpressured or isn't super comfortable in the situation, he tends to hold some tension in his neck. He'll kind of pull away. He kind of won't relax, kind of just and be with you. So we've been working a lot on some little things to kind of make him feel better about being with people. And then kind of leaving him to his own space on that note. So he kind of is in a more relaxed, positive frame of mind. The situation with Calvin is that he will oftentimes do anything you ask of him. He is easy to halter. He's easy to catch, but he doesn't do it in a happy frame of mind. So we've really been working a lot on that. So here I'm just trying to get him to hook on a little, kind of acknowledge my presence and maybe follow me. A lot of times when he's not 100% comfortable yet with the idea of what we're doing for the day, he'll get kind of stuck in his front feet and won't really kind of commit to hooking on. Even though he's being, well behaved, he's kind of still in that frozen, introverted type mindset. So I just like to make sure I'm observing that and kind of being aware of where he's at for the day. And then in this clip, you'll see we've kind of got him to move his feet. He's in a little bit different position. And I'm just making sure that he's kind of with me for the day. You'll see that he definitely has a good expression now. He's going to move his feet more in a forward manner toward me. There he's avoiding a little, but I'm just patient, waiting till he's comfortable and in a learning frame of mind, and he kind of makes a decision to be with me for the day. You can see there he comes forward, his ears are forward. I approach him in a very quiet way, trying to keep his expression the same, and you'll see that he's kind of licking and chewing, and definitely in a much more comfortable place. And this is where I would halter and then start our groundwork for the day.
So we're out here starting our night with Sunday, and unlike the horse in the previous clip, when you talk about when you first come out with your horse for the day and you're observing their behavior, Sunday tends to be really pretty personable. He tends to be more and more relaxed the more as he kind of understands expectations. He's very willing to hook on, as you can see, but sometimes he will definitely get inside your bubble. So, with him, it's a little bit of establishing boundaries. Like there, he needs to, be comfortable with me in here with him. I want to see that he's in a good frame of mind for the day. I can already tell with his ear position today, his relaxed posture. I also let him out here loose while I was cleaning his stall. And with him, he likes to kind of mosey around. Sometimes he rolls. Sometimes he has some pent up energy and some anxiety that he needs to express through his feet. And today he pretty much stood in a spot right over here with his foot resting for about 20 minutes. So, he's obviously in a good learning frame of mind tonight. So we're going to kind of see what we can do with that. But once again, it's really important for me to come out here and just observe kind of the mindset of my horse. Do they have any anxiety? Do they have pent up energy? Do they have any pain or discomfort? Do they have anything going on with them that they're trying to tell me before I start expecting them to work and learn with me for the day, for us to learn together and to work together? Oftentimes, I don't think we kind of give the horse the dignity and respect. We're always in a hurry, so we don't often kind of say, hey, what kind of mood, what kind of frame of mind are our horses in for the day?